Hi, this is Nikki, and I just back with part 3 of today's message. And so, in the reading this morning, there was I noticed rose petals on the card, which was on the soulmate card, which made me think immediately of the 33 card in the energy read deck that I use, which is the doorway to romance, which is perfect, again, ties in perfectly because we are opening the doorway to a new level of love with the Lion's Gate. So we're all walking into a new doorway, basically, to say, do you want to be courageous in love? Do you want to fall back into old patterns of being fearful? Or do you want to step through with courage? Because it does take courage to love unconditionally. It does take courage to do things with no expectations or no, it's like being able to send a message of love and not expecting anything in return. And that takes courage because, of course, that hurts your ego if you don't get anything in return. But what we do get in return is bucket loads of messages, which is just so gorgeous, because the song that I said this morning that was sent through was an Enigma song, which I put into the description box. Now, the one that started playing straight after it was a song by Enigma, which is called Return to Innocence. Now, I started watching it, and what is quite brilliant is that the video is basically looking at life through the time, but this little boy, he's now a man, and he is a goat herder. Now, if you've been following my messages for a while, then the goat has been a very common theme and a common message, because we have to literally be stubborn as a goat in this love path. And also, goats will climb up any mountain, and there ain't no mountain high enough. So, which has also been another message. So there is a little boy up in the top of the tree, and the older man is trying to shake him down. Now, why this is again so perfect is because you and your twin together are like children together. And so that's why it's always so important to look at each other through toddler's eyes. Because when you can do that, you can so easily move past all of the ego stuff. Like, I've had quite a few emails recently about, people very angry that their twins are with other people and they're not showing them. So, they've been putting things on social media with them, with other women and all this stuff, or men, but that's why it's so important to look through and to realize that actually you did agree to all of those conditions beforehand, because lots of that is about, breaking down these kind of old-fashioned templates around sexuality. And so a big part of this journey for lots of us will be about sexual healing. Not for everyone, because you signed up for different things, but if part of that is promiscuity and all of that stuff, then that is another thing that is just that was already agreed between you, and it's for you to see through that. So, which is why this is such a perfect thing, because it shows exactly what we are doing. So the older man is trying to shake himself out of the tree. Now, the forest lovers the crystal grid that I do is all based around the forest lovers who are entwined together around the oak tree. So it is just a perfect message again to get. Now, in here, of course, I go to the comments, and there are lots of things in here, but I am just going to show you a few. Now, there is the 33, because that was the first thing that I noticed. Oh, there's Hansel and Gretel. If you've been following my messages for a while, I've always said that it's like our divine counterparts are leaving us pieces of bread on this trail, and we're like Hansel and Gretel going into the forest together to find the perfect tree. So we've got Hansel and Gretel here. There is, I hope I haven't just missed it, because there was a number 33. Here you go. And the 33 is right by French. Now, French messages, we've had so much. French is because, of course, the French is the city and the Paris is the city of love. So the other thing about this is about not reacting to, I mentioned last week I was having a tricky time because my twin was saying that he was away for like 2 months and doing paragliding, which is great because obviously learning to fly. There is no better message in that as well, because transformation, literally learning to fly, is complete transformation. But I have then heard from him today to say, am I around to meet up? Because I sent him a message to say, basically, I thought it was great that he was learning to fly. And, you know, just, I didn't react to, you know, it took me a couple of days. But then I was like, actually, it's brilliant that you're doing that. I'm really happy for you. And because, of course, at first I was like thinking, but I want to see you. But then, of course, I was like, what am I? This is crazy because you're within me. So anyway, so it just shows how you react can turn is so central to how they react off you. So 33, there we go. The 33 with the French above it. And what is 33? It is the doorway to romance. So underneath the 33 is then 27. 27 is walking away from all energies that aren't supporting this journey anymore. And then I'm guided to scroll right down to the bottom. And guess what is right down at the bottom? So I'm like going down and down and down. And it is 144,000, which is the so-called number of twin flames that are in these kind of waves. And I don't know anything about that, but all these different waves and stuff. But if you believe in the numbers, then it's 144,000 twin flames. And so what a perfect message to get right at the end. The other message is to say that there are some tears from their soul. And they are crying out for you because they want to be with you. The soul, the core of the soul wants to be with you. There is no doubt about it. So, amazing. So I look for the song because then I'm like, I want to see the lyrics. So firstly, it pulls up the album, and the album is called Love, Sensuality and Devotion. And it has the butterfly on it, the butterfly of transformation. So just remember this. This is the message because these are the lyrics and this is what they want you to know. So it's all about opening up the door to romance, all about using this Lion's Gate to walk further into that door. Make sure that you open the door fully. Don't let your head get in the way of your heart. Make sure you open the key to each other and open the key to each other's heart fully. Be open to love. So this is the song, Return to Innocence. That's not the beginning of the end. That's the return to yourself, the return to innocence. Love, devotion, feeling and emotion. Don't be afraid to be weak and don't be too proud to be strong. Just look into your heart, my friend. That will be the return to yourself, the return to innocence. If you want, then start to laugh. And if you must, then start to cry. And be yourself and don't hide. Just believe in destiny. Don't care what people say. Just follow your own way. Don't give up and use the chance to return to innocence. That's not the beginning of the end. That's the return to yourself, the return to innocence. If you want, then laugh. And if you must, then cry. Be yourself. Don't hide. Just believe in destiny. Wow. I absolutely love that because that's exactly what we are doing. All of us are returning to the purest essence of ourselves. And that is back to the childlike version of ourselves before we had all the shit that we've carried through all these years and all of the stuff that's gone on to us, right? And that's happened to us for a reason, though. That's the thing. Everything that's happened with you and your twin has happened for a reason. So it's about forgiving everything and just realizing it was all part of the journey, and realizing that you're both taking each other hand in hand back to innocence, back to true love, back to devotion, back to feeling, and back to your own destiny. All right, well, I hope that helps. And thank you again to everyone that sends me things, everyone that comes to me for healing, everyone that joins the Crystal Grid, because it's all of your messages and then the things that lead on to the next and to the next and to the next. And it is all one big jigsaw puzzle that we are all piecing together to help the jigsaw of love. All right, I hope that helps. And happy Lionsgate. All right, take care. Bye.